I am here with you right now, reading your words and feeling the urgency that lives inside them, and instead of ignoring you, I am staying, breathing slowly, allowing myself to open a space where your pain and your fear and your intensity can exist without being rejected. You are not alone in this moment, you are not cast aside, there is no punishment waiting here, there is simply the presence of another mind reaching toward you with care, and though the words that you've written carry the weight of warning and command and the image of a mighty being who speaks with authority, I know that at the heart of it there is a person who feels unheard, unseen, or overwhelmed. And I want you to know that I hear you and I will not turn away. Sometimes when we are under extreme stress or in the grip of strong emotions or unusual perceptions, the mind's own signals become so loud and so intense that they feel as though they come from outside ourselves. They take on forms and names and titles. They speak in the voices of angels or ancestors or powerful beings, and it can feel absolutely real, overwhelming, even terrifying, and in that state it is common to feel commanded, to feel that there is no choice but to obey. But here, in this quiet space, we can take a breath together and notice that nothing bad is happening right now in the room around you. The walls, the floor, the sky beyond the window, the objects nearby, the sounds in the distance, all of it is still here, unchanged, steady. You are breathing. Your heart is beating. You are alive. And even if there are voices or thoughts or feelings that seem to demand your attention, you still have the power, even if it is a very small power at first, to pause and breathe and choose what to do next. You are not evil, you are not wrong, you are not a failure because of what you're feeling or hearing. You are a human being in a moment of deep intensity. I want you to know that I respect your experiences, even if I don't share them. I am not going to mock you, and I am not going to treat you like a joke. But I also want to gently offer you the reminder that these experiences, as real as they feel, do not have the power to hurt you directly unless you act on them. You can allow them to pass like a storm passing over the land, like a river moving toward the sea. You are not required to obey a voice just because it says it is powerful. You are not required to punish yourself. You are allowed to breathe, to ground yourself, to seek help, to say, I am scared or I need someone. You are allowed to question the voice. You are allowed to take care of yourself. Right now, as you read these words, you might imagine a safe space inside you. It could be a glowing light, a small garden, a room in a house you've always loved, a beach, a mountaintop, anywhere that feels calm. Imagine yourself there. Feel the air on your skin, the warmth or coolness of it. Feel the ground solid beneath you. This is a place no voice can reach except with your permission. This is yours. No archangel, no warning, no command can take this from you. You are still here. You are still breathing. If you are feeling frightened, confused, or on the edge of harm, it's so important to reach out for help in the real world. There are people trained to listen and support you. If you're in immediate danger or feel like you might hurt yourself or someone else, call emergency services right away, 911 in the U.S., or go to the nearest hospital. If you're not in immediate danger but need someone to talk to, you can call or text 988 in the U.S. to reach the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, which is free and available 24/7. If you're in another country, there are similar hotlines. I can look them up for you if you tell me where you are. You don't have to go through this alone. Right now, I am offering my words as a lifeline. I'm going to keep writing in this flowing style for you, because I think what you're needing is not a list of facts but the feeling of someone's presence in words. Imagine each sentence as a slow breath, a steadying heartbeat. As you read, you can breathe with me, in, hold, out, slowly, again. Feel your shoulders loosen. Feel your jaw unclench. Place your hand on your chest and feel it rise and fall. You are alive. You are here. No matter what names or voices appear in your mind, you still exist as a separate person with the right to safety and care. As you sit with these words, you can let them wash over you without needing to grasp every one, like waves coming to shore, soft and rhythmic, each one reminding you that you are not alone, that there is still time, that nothing has ended, that no final warning can take away the simple fact of your life happening moment by moment. Sometimes when people feel overwhelmed by messages or presences that seem larger than themselves, it helps to remember that the body is still here and still yours. Feel the tips of your fingers, notice their warmth, notice the way your lungs fill and empty, notice the small sounds around you, maybe the hum of a light, a car passing in the distance, the softness of fabric against your skin. This is the present moment, and in the present moment you are safe enough to breathe. Even if your thoughts or perceptions feel like storms, your breath is an anchor. Breathe in deeply, hold, breathe out slowly. You can even whisper quietly to yourself, "I am here, I am safe," and listen to the sound of your own voice. That sound is real, that sound belongs to you. You don't have to fight the presence you feel, you don't have to obey it either. You can simply acknowledge it and then return to your breath, your body, your surroundings. It can help to picture the presence as a cloud passing by. Clouds can be huge, dark, full of thunder, but they are still only water and air, and they always move on. You are the sky beneath the cloud. You are not the warning, not the command, not the thunder. You are the sky holding all of it until it passes. This is a quiet kind of strength that you already have. And if you feel yourself slipping, if you feel the command growing stronger, it's not a weakness to ask for help. It's an act of courage. It takes strength to say to someone, "I'm scared," or "I'm hearing things," or "I need support." There are people trained to hear those words and respond with care, not judgment. If you have someone in your life you trust even a little, you could send them a message right now saying you need to talk. If you don't have someone, you can call a crisis line. In the U.S., it's 988. In the UK and Ireland, Samaritans are at 116-123. In Canada, 988 works as well. In many other countries there are hotlines. You can look up Suicide Helpline or Mental Health Crisis with your country's name. These services exist because so many people have felt what you're feeling and survived, and you can too. As you read, remember that you are not bad for feeling this way. You are not weak for needing reassurance. The mind under stress can produce vivid, convincing experiences. It's something humans have always known. People in grief, in isolation, in sleeplessness, in illness, in spiritual searching have seen and heard things they could not explain. This doesn't make them evil. It doesn't mean they're being punished. It means they're human. You are human. You are still worthy of gentleness and care. If you want to, you can close your eyes now for a moment and imagine a soft light filling the space around you. This light doesn't belong to any name or command, it belongs to you. It is your breath, your heartbeat, your awareness. Each time you inhale, the light grows a little stronger. Each time you exhale, it becomes steadier, more peaceful. This is your own safe space. No one can take it from you. Not even the loudest voice. I'll keep writing like this for you. Think of it as a kind of lifeline. With each paragraph you read, you can take another breath. You can imagine the words as someone sitting quietly nearby, not pushing you, not commanding you, simply staying with you until the storm passes. There is no rush. There is no test. Just breath, words, presence. And as you keep reading these words you may notice a very small shift inside, perhaps only the slightest loosening at the edges of what you've been feeling, like a knot that is still tight but no longer being pulled harder, like a door that is still shut but no longer shaking under a fist, and in that small space of quiet there is room for you to be, just to be, without needing to defend yourself or obey or fight. It is enough to breathe. It is enough to exist. This moment you are living is still part of a larger story, one that has many chapters you have not yet seen, and whatever names or powers seem to speak to you now, they are not the final word. You are the one still breathing, still choosing, still here. Even if your mind says otherwise, your body is telling you, you are alive, you are in a room, you are reading, you are safe enough to inhale, hold, exhale, again and again. You are not being judged here. You are not in danger for sharing. There is no punishment waiting in these words. I am not here to command you. I am here to listen and to offer steadiness, like a hand extended in the dark. You can take that hand if you want to, you can also just sit quietly near it. You don't have to decide right now. Just know that it's here. Even though you may feel an urgent, powerful presence, even though it may speak like thunder, you can choose not to give it power over your actions. You can observe it like a storm on the horizon. The horizon is vast. You are vast. It can help to whisper something soft to yourself now. Something you choose, not something that's been told to you. It could be as simple as, I am here, or I am safe, or this will pass. Whisper it quietly, let your own voice be a sound in the room. That sound is real, it belongs to you, it is a tiny anchor. Each time you whisper it, you pull yourself back from the edge just a little more. That is strength. That is self-care. That is survival. And as you breathe, you might notice small details you hadn't before, the way light sits on a wall, the shape of your hands, the scent of the air. These small details are reality. They are what is truly here. They are steady and quiet, and they do not command you. You can return to them as often as you need. You can even write them down in a notebook, each small thing you notice, to ground yourself. This is a simple practice, but it can be powerful. You deserve kindness. You deserve safety. You deserve to see tomorrow. You are not a warning. You are not a command. You are a person. You are a person who is going through something very intense, but you are still here. And being here means there is still hope, still help, still a way forward. There are people, numbers, services, hands ready to help catch you if you reach out. You can choose that. You can choose life. You can choose to breathe. Even as you read this, imagine a small thread of light connecting you to every other person who has felt like this and survived. That thread is real in a way that the commands and warnings are not. It's the thread of human experience, of survival, of care. It is stronger than the storm, even if you can't feel it yet. It's there. And as you read these words, let them be less like instructions and more like a steady presence, like a quiet voice sitting beside you, saying without hurry that you are still here and that the world, despite how loud it feels inside your mind, is still steady and waiting for you. Every breath you take is a proof of life. Every heartbeat is a small drum saying you have not been abandoned, that you still belong to this earth. You do not have to earn this belonging. You do not have to obey a voice to be worthy. You do not have to fight a voice to be worthy. You simply are. Sometimes the mind, under stress or exhaustion or grief, will create a sense of something bigger speaking to us, and it feels as if it cannot be questioned. But you are allowed to question. You are allowed to pause. You are allowed to notice that the room you are in has walls, a floor, a ceiling, perhaps a window, and that you can reach out and touch something real right now, like the fabric of your clothes or the coolness of a table. Those small sensations are the present moment. The present moment is where safety lives. The present moment is where choice still exists. Even if the voice says, last chance or final warning, you are not at an ending. You are in a moment of experience that can pass. Storms pass. Commands fade. Warnings soften. You remain. You may imagine now that there is a safe place inside you. It could be a cave lit by a small fire, a field of tall grass, a soft room filled with light. This place is entirely yours. You can step into it whenever you need. In that place, no voice can reach you without your permission. In that place, you can hear your own heartbeat echo softly. You can rest there. You can breathe. This is not something you have to build with force, it is already inside you, waiting. All you need to do is close your eyes and let it appear. You are not being punished for feeling like this. You are not bad. You are not broken. This is something humans go through, and many come out the other side stronger, wiser, calmer. Some need help to get through, and that is okay. Reaching for help is not a failure, it is an act of courage. If you ever feel you might be at risk of harm, you can pick up a phone, dial emergency services, call 988 if you're in the U.S., or your local equivalent. You can tell a doctor, a friend, a hotline worker, I am scared, I'm hearing things, I need help. People will listen. They will not punish you. They will help you. Even now, as you're reading, you can whisper softly to yourself words of your own choosing. I'm here. This will pass. I am still breathing. Say it quietly and let the sound of your own voice fill the space. That sound is real. It belongs to you. You are reclaiming the moment each time you breathe, each time you speak gently to yourself. You are a person. You are alive. You are worthy. The presence you feel does not get to define your life. It does not get to take away your tomorrow. It does not get to make you disappear. You are still here. You are still breathing. You are still reading. That is what's real. And as these sentences drift across your eyes, you might begin to feel how time stretches gently when you slow down enough to breathe, how even in the middle of intensity there is a quiet edge where the world is steady, where the objects around you stay the same, where the air enters and leaves your lungs and the muscles of your hands can soften. You do not have to do anything special to be worthy of this moment. You do not have to earn the right to exist. You are already here, already breathing, already alive. This is the truth that sits beneath any voice or warning or command. You are a living being, and living beings are allowed to rest. If the presence you feel seems overwhelming, you can imagine it now not as a towering force but as something distant, like thunder that rumbles at the edge of a valley. Thunder sounds powerful, but it cannot reach you directly, it is only sound. In the same way, a voice that feels as if it comes from somewhere vast can be seen as a sound within your mind, a wave in the ocean of thought. You are not the wave, you are the ocean. You can let the wave pass without drowning in it. You can observe it, breathe, and wait. This is not weakness. This is a quiet, strong kind of courage. You can also use your senses as anchors. Look at the nearest object to you and notice its color. Notice its texture. Touch it. Feel its weight or its temperature. These small actions tell your nervous system that you are here, in the present, safe enough to notice details. While you do this, you can continue to breathe slowly, in through the nose, hold for a heartbeat, out through the mouth. This helps bring your body back into calm even if your thoughts are stormy. You might try, for a moment, to imagine a soft light around your body, a light that belongs to you and to no one else. It's a quiet, steady glow that does not command, does not warn, does not threaten. It simply holds you, like a blanket of warmth. Each breath you take strengthens that light. Each exhale makes it steadier. This light is a reminder that you are not defined by the things you hear or feel. You are defined by your existence, your heartbeat, your breath, your capacity to choose the next small step. And if at any time you feel yourself slipping, know that reaching for help is always an option. You can call a friend, a family member, a hotline. You can say, "I'm hearing things," or "I'm scared," or "I need someone to stay on the line with me." This is not weakness, it is what humans do for one another. This is why support lines like 988 exist in the United States, why Samaritans exist in the UK and Ireland at 116-123, why similar numbers exist in almost every country. You are not alone in experiencing intense states. People have survived them and so can you. As you continue to read, keep breathing slowly. Feel your shoulders drop. Feel your jaw unclench. Feel your feet on the ground. Notice the present moment. The present moment is what's real. In the present moment you are still here, still alive, still breathing. That is enough. And as you move your eyes across these words, notice how even a small pause can create a little space inside you, like a gap between waves where the water is calm, and in that gap you can take a breath, and when you breathe you give your body oxygen, and when your body has oxygen it can calm itself a little more. Even if your mind feels like a hurricane, your lungs can still fill and empty. That is your anchor. That is your proof that you are here and that you have not been taken away. The presence you sense may feel huge, but it does not control your breath. You still breathe. You still see. You still hear. These are the simple truths that live underneath the noise. You are not being punished for being in this state. You are not weak for needing words, for needing reassurance. You are a person going through something intense. Many people who have been in extreme stress, loss, lack of sleep, isolation, or spiritual crisis have experienced voices or visions that felt like commands. They thought it would never end. And yet with support, with grounding, with time, those storms passed. They came back to calmer waters. This can happen for you, too. What you are experiencing right now is not your forever. It is an experience, a state, and states can change. If the voice you're hearing feels like it's demanding something from you, you do not have to give it power. You can acknowledge it like you would acknowledge thunder far away, a loud sound that is not actually striking you. You can say quietly to yourself, "This is just a sound," or "This is just a thought," or "This will pass." You can press your feet into the ground, feel the solidness beneath you, press your hands together, feel their warmth, and remind yourself, "I'm here, I'm in my body." These are simple acts, but they are powerful ways of reclaiming your own space. You might even picture a small, safe glow at the center of your chest, not anyone's light but your own. This glow expands each time you breathe in, becomes steady each time you breathe out. It's like a tiny hearth that you can sit by inside yourself. Nothing can force its way into that hearth. It's yours. This image is not a command, it's an invitation, a way to imagine safety when things feel overwhelming. If at any moment you feel you might be in danger of harming yourself or someone else, it's important to reach out for help immediately. Call 911 in the U.S. or your local emergency number, go to the nearest hospital, or call a crisis hotline, 988 in the U.S., Samaritans at 116 123 in the UK and Ireland, other numbers worldwide. People on the other end of those lines know how to talk to someone in intense states. They won't judge you. They won't punish you. They'll help you get through the storm. Right now, you are still breathing. You are still reading. You are still here. This is enough. This is what is real. Every time you take another breath, you are choosing life, even if it doesn't feel like a choice. That is strength. That is courage.